It's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We are, this is my home away from home. This is the tour bus, the one wrapped with the Wheatley Vodka logo, the WWE logo. My dog is on the door. Rock threw me into this bus, all those things. But here we are. I am drinking, as always, an American Mule. My guest...
It's me, Bayley.
My guest...
Yes.
Women's champion, WWE champion, Bayley.
Me.
Bayley, what are you drinking?
Sir, I am drinking the Rose, named after my finishing move, which got me the WWE Women's Championship.
There it is.
And here I did some sparkling rosé, Aperol, and you guessed it, Wheatley vodka.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
It's very healthy.
Cheers to that. Let's find out.
Cheers. Oh, I tipped it a little.
It's a winner.
It's good.
That's a winner.
Yep, it's very good.
We are, we're doing this today. We're on the bus. We are in Washington, D.C., nation's capital. So here's some Washington, D.C. facts.
Let's hear it.
You ready? All the roads are designed to lead to the nation's capital.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's real.
It seems kind of like a trap. Scary.
Perhaps it is. Perhaps. Here's another one. There are 2 presidents. Yep, only 2. And they both kept alligators as pets in the White House.
Weird choice.
Yeah, you know who they were?
No.
No?
I don't know anything.
Not in
Teach
American
me.
history? Oh,
No.
this is like the only
So
class
sorry.
I excelled in. Hoover. Hoover had an alligator, and then John Quincy Adams.
I would have never, ever even guessed that. I'm glad I didn't try.
Here on the bus, libations presented in front of us. Thanks to Wheatley Vodka for these.
Yep.
Everyone has a American story, particularly the WWE superstars who will be joining us here on this show. I am very curious, of course. So, Bayley, what do you want to talk about?
My American story.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Let's do it.
So I feel like for the first 6 years of your career, or your main roster run, perhaps, with WWE, the character was very much fan turned superstar.
Yeah.
We are far from that.
Yeah.
In a sense of like different characters you've presented, being good, being bad, all these things. Because of the fact that you're an actual fan and you love this, probably more than anybody on the roster in terms of maintaining a fandom.
I think so. Yeah.
Were you at all concerned about changing your character so drastically where you weren't just fan, happy to be there, turned superstar?
Yes. I was more so nervous because I thought what if it didn't work? But I also was in that spot where that character, the fan favorite, bubbly babyface, wasn't working either.
Right.
So it was kind of like I was at a crossroads of, if I never try this, then I'll never know. And I always, as a fan, wanted to do everything. I want to be a good guy. I want to be a bad guy. I want to be in a love story. I want to do like the craziest things because I want all that experience. And I was a little nervous when I first started because I thought I would get a lot of female Cena comments, which is the best compliment I could ever get in that character, But I also was like, but I want to try different things. So turning to a bad guy was my decision because I felt that it was just, I was going nowhere. And the fact that they actually wanted to go with it, it was perfect timing. I cut my hair off and then had to go in and see if it was okay. It was like, okay, we'll go see if they like it. I'm like, did it not get approved yet? Like I just cut off my whole gimmick, and luckily they approved of it and liked it and went with it. And I just think that is really when, I had so much fun with that character, but being able to embrace myself and my own personality in a real way. And I always try to connect who I really am with my character. And it just felt like I was growing as a person, inside, and then being able to share that with the audience. It just felt like the right time, and it was scary, but I think that's what made it good.
Royal Rumble winner. Should have started with that.
Did it.
Should have let her in. Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah.
How did you feel winning the Royal Rumble?
The second it happened, I felt so good.
Yeah.
Just because the fans were so excited. And it had been a long time since I felt the fans, like a true connection where they're really there with me.
They were in on it.
But that was such a good moment. And I think my favorite moment of that night was when I pointed at the sign and I saw the picture of literally everyone behind me pointing with me. And it just was never, not to say it was never a goal, but like the Rumble hadn't been around for women as much as it has for the men, you know? So it was never in my mind for, I want to win the Royal Rumble. Even when it started, every year I just wanted to be in there longer than I was the first time. So to actually win it and have a moment like that is incredible.
Winning the Royal Rumble, I feel like actually changes your life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it seems like dramatic, but I felt like it was something. I remember watching Randy win it, and I was in the ring because we helped him win it.
Yeah.
And just seeing him like point at the sign and
Yes.
knowing like he will be the center of the universe
Yeah.
as we go forward for however long. And I
Yeah.
thought it's actually a moment. I don't know if people really realize it's a life-changing little piece of business.
Yeah. And it's also like, it's fulfilling in the way of like, there's 29 other people in that match.
Yeah.
And out of all these people, you're the one.
You're the one.
And that is insane to think of, you know? And that was like, to me was kind of like, okay, I got a little trust in me, you know? And now I'm going to take this all the way to WrestleMania no matter what. Like, nobody could take that away from me now. I got a match at WrestleMania no matter what. So, I guess it is life-changing. I think when I look back at it, it'll be, you know, such a bigger moment. But right now, I feel like I'm still trying to, you know, live off that.
You said you're the one out of the 30 competitors in the Royal Rumble. Did you feel that you were the one, or was it a moment of feeling grateful and lucky, or did you feel no, it has to be me, it should be me?
When I came out, I didn't expect the fans they were chanting my name pretty much the entire time, and I was getting my butt beat the entire time, and they didn't give up. Like, they wanted me to win, and that's in the match. I felt like I was the right one. I was the one because they wanted that, you know?
I feel like I had a somewhat similar experience, whereas
the first or the second time.
Well, I have won 2 Royal Rumbles.
Right.
It would be the second time.
Yes.
The second.
Okay.
Here was why on the second time, back-to-back winner. I had been pitted against Punk on the go up towards the Rumble and then ultimately to WrestleMania, and Punk is as hot as he's ever been, and Punk is beloved. But in the match, there was this general like 50-50-ish that slowly went to 60-40, slowly went to 70-30 in my favor, and I thought like, oh, okay, this is the way.
Yeah.
This is like, oh, we're all in on this together. Okay, great. Like you always, it's a tough spot to be in when I want him to win, I want him to win, I want her to win, I want her, you know. But in this case, I feel like the story had gone on where that was a nice moment, because I would have hated walking out of there like, ugh.
Yeah.
Probably could have gone another way with that.
That's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's so real.
It's validated. It was real.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so real.
That's the whole bit. It's real. You were under the learning tree of my father, of Dusty Rhodes, I feel like universally I heard it called promo class, but I also heard him refer to it as communications class.
Oh, yeah.
It puts like his own.
He would change it.
On it.
Yeah.
What do you think you got from that? What's something that you learned from that perhaps people don't know?
I came into WWE just as a wrestler. That was literally what got me my job. Was like, okay, she can go in the ring a little bit.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a character. I thought I can get by on my wrestling, but I quickly saw that I needed more to me. And Dusty would put aside, like, we'd have our promo classes, and then he would put aside 6 or 7 people that really needed work, and he would find in us what we couldn't see in ourselves. It was like what I was trying to hide was that I'm this big fan, and I can't believe I'm like, I still couldn't believe I was there, and I didn't think I was gonna last or get past that building, you know. But he told me to embrace what I was trying to hide, you know. So he allowed me to trust myself and really like show, like, what you are afraid to show is okay. Let's just try it. So I tried it, you know. Be a super fan. He threw me up there with Summer Rae. Just engage with someone, interact with someone, and that's when I, you know, instead of trying to be like, I want to be the best wrestler and I want to be a women's champion, like, it's boring, you know. And so that was where I really shined to him. So he said, come back, do it again. But he really did just find that special in somebody, and he didn't give up until we realized it. And he made sure that everybody realized it as soon as we did. Like, it's like he could see when the light bulb would go off in us, and he would stop class and be like, did you guys see that? that's it right there. Do that again. Do that. And so like we got to see everyone grow, and we got to learn what to look out for from him.
I don't know this for a fact, but if he picks 6 of you, he picks 7 of you, whatever, he finds these people to find the right piece, or you had said people who needed the work.
Yeah.
I actually would probably tell you he didn't look at it from the perspective of they need the work. I think he looked at it from the perspective of he saw the player.
Yeah.
He saw the main event. One of the worst thing that could ever happen to my dad when a talent would come to NXT is when they had pretty much all great skills. When they had all great skills. I've seen some of the reports. I saw one on Daniel Bryan. Why is this guy here? Like, I've seen some of the report, you know, it's just like he wanted to enrich and help and start in a building block on somebody. But I feel like if you were that 6 or 7, it's probably because he knew, like, the next big thing. He wanted to be attached to the... You'll hear Paul Heyman talk about this. Everyone's afraid of the next big thing. Mm-hmm. And that's why you have so many luminaries and old-timers and legends, like when they know somebody's got it, they try to hook up and cling on. That's the way to go,
But he was never like... He didn't choose people based on their looks or their abilities or anything. It's like he really genuinely cared. And like you really felt it. And you felt like he was... family looking out for you. So of course, not only is he Dusty Rhodes, you're gonna listen to him, but it just felt, and he was easy to talk to. He's actually my first match in my character. I wrestled Alicia Fox in like the women's championship tournament or something, and I came out with the ponytail, but I didn't think WWE would like approve it because we were still in a diva era, and it was, you know, so when I got to the ring, took my hair out and was like, all right, now my hair's down, I'm such a diva.
Yeah.
And I came back and he was standing at the bottom of the stairs and he said, don't ever take your ponytail out. Leave it in. Wow. And I said, okay. And it became the biggest thing. Little girls would come with their ponytail sideways and all that stuff. So even that, to my debut, was still all over me and helping me out.
We have had different eras in wrestling as far as, you know, the Attitude Era, the golden era of the 80s, the ruthless aggression. We've had all these different eras of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. But you specifically, and the women's division, it's a complete change.
Yeah.
From, like you mentioned, the Divas era and what they were recruiting, what they were asking for, what they wanted, versus now. How do you find... I imagine we find that change to be a very positive change, but like, I don't want to speak for any... I've liked every wrestling I've ever watched.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, that was great, and this is great, but how do you feel now in terms of where women's wrestling is at in 2024, and how much does still need to happen?
Sometimes when we talk about the Divas era, people think it's like a knock on it,
right?
Which it's totally not. You still had so many talented women in that era that just honestly didn't get the time to show what they can do, but they could do everything. You know, we would have everybody come down to NXT and work with us, and like got the time and showcase what they can do. It was more based off of, and this is just off, you know, being in NXT for a few years. It was like, they would hire athletes with a certain look, and now I think it's more of we're looking for talent, and it's like we're looking for people who are going to have longevity here and people that can add to it. Still get a little bit of like, oh, she's got a good look, like let's see if she can handle in the ring, you know? So like it's still a little bit of everything, but I think we have such a good foundation and so many women that still haven't had the opportunity to show what they can do. And of course, we always want a little more time to, like, you know, whether that's TV time or whether that's storyline time that's not connected to a championship. I think, you know, the stuff they're doing with Liv and Rhea and Dom right now is such good stuff that I wish we could do more of in the women's division, where it's not always based on a championship, more personal stories and show different sides of the girls. I think the more that we can show the women interact with each other or with the guys and show different sides of us, I think can show the range that we all have. It doesn't always have to be wrestling. It doesn't always have to be match time. It doesn't always have to be number of matches. I think the more that they can just show who we are and show our characters and embrace that a little bit more, it would be helpful. But we have so many girls, so many women on Raw and SmackDown and in NXT, where I don't think it's a talent issue right now. It's just, let us show us who we are.
I feel like I'm extrapolating further on this answer because this is very fascinating. You said there's always people who the spotlight doesn't hit, and perhaps they deserve for it to hit them. Perhaps they deserve to shine and have their moment. Who's somebody that we can just shout out? I'm not saying it's not going to happen,
Right.
but it hasn't happened yet. Somebody that's just that you think
Deserves
when that moment comes will be ready and deliver.
Candice LeRae.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What a great. So, one time suplexed me on the indies,
Yes.
and the joke I used to make was the strongest two people I've ever been in the ring with were one was Brock Lesnar and the other was Candice.
Yeah.
Because I felt like she threw me through the roof.
Yeah.
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 All right, that's a
I
really
think
good
I've
one.
seen that clip.
Yeah.
She's awesome. I used to watch her. We're like around the same age.
Yeah.
But because she started so young, I would go to the indie shows at the school I trained at, and she was wrestling Gail Kim, I looked up to her as far as being on the indies and being a girl from California. She was all the way in SoCal and I was in NorCal, so it's like we tagged with each other once and against each other once, but we've never
had that.
Yeah, so I would love, if she gets her moment, I hope it's against me.
Once again, shout out to our friends at Wheatley Vodka for the libations. Cheers to you,
Cheers.
champ.
Thanks, Wheatley.
Here is a hot seat. Maybe not hot seat. Maybe you're well prepared for this, but maybe a hot seat question too is
Nervous.
your story coming into WWE and everything that you had everything that you had gone through, every bit of adversity you met, the tumultuous times, the good times, everything, in terms of being that fan turned superstar, changing that character to all these things now have evolved into this, what we have now. Along the way in that story is the first Evolution pay-per-view, which I guess was Evolution PLE or Evolution show itself.
Yeah.
All women's show. I hear people all the time talking about when there will be a second one. We want a second one. But I feel like with the amount of hashtags and things that are just out there circulating, you don't know how real something is. And I want to ask you, is that something you want to see happen again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Why not? Like we were just saying, there's so many women.
Yeah.
So the thing about the first one was we had so many girls from NXT for one, but which they got to showcase, on a bigger stage. But they had so many women from the past. It's kind of like the first few Rumbles, a lot of women from the past because we didn't have enough women to fill up these matches. But now we do. And I think it would be so cool to give everybody on Raw and everybody on SmackDown a part of that show, Evolution 2. You can bring girls in from NXT. You can bring girls in. We just saw Jordan Grace on NXT,
Yeah.
TNA girls, whatever that connection is there. We can bring different girls in and, you can bring someone in from the past, if they're up for it to do a little something, but we have such a stacked roster right now. Where it's we can hold down a show on our own, another PLE on our own, and it's been so many years where it's not like it's something we have to do every year where we're kind of all right, we've seen it enough times, but I think it's time because it is a different era, compared to back then.
No.
That was one of my favorite matches I've ever had on that show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. I feel like another Evolution will happen.
I believe that too.
It feels like it should happen soon. But that aside, I have a wrestling school, and often in these camps, because I just do the beginners camps. Often these camps are.
You only do beginner all the time, or you?
So I do a beginner camp every 3 months.
Okay.
So I don't
you guys
do
don't
the
do
night class. That's someone else. Who does
okay.
The night class, the intermediate. All.
Okay,
I just want them when they're beginners. Often we have a set of women in the class. I struggle with what advice to give them. I struggle with what to tell them because it's a completely different experience.
Yeah.
What is one piece of advice for a woman who's breaking into the business, training, whether they were a huge fan, whether this is something that athletics have brought them? What is one piece of advice that you would stand by? I'm sorry if that's a very specific.
No.
But you would stand by that's just for the ladies, just for women. And maybe it's not, but I just feel like I've been in the situation where I'm struggling
Yeah.
to tell them what I think they should do or how I think they should go about it, just because it's a completely different experience.
I was just talking to the ladies in makeup about my first time meeting AJ, and it's something, a piece of advice that she gave me that I've always carried with me since then, and this was in 2013, my first month at FCW NXT. For women, I think we, as wrestlers as well, but women really struggle with the way we look, the way, you know, and social media kind of takes over, and it's like, oh, I'm never going to be pretty enough for this, or I don't dress this way, or my body doesn't look like hers, and so. And I'm such a tomboy, and like, especially when I first came into WWE, I was so uncomfortable wearing heels and dresses and all those things. And AJ gave me great advice where it was like, never lose who you are, be yourself, but also like, and this is working with WWE, so it will be different with the girls you're training with, but just meet halfway. You know, you work for the company, so you can't just say, no, I'm going to do it my way, but never lose yourself. And you can find like a happy medium in there, because I think the women kind of, and I struggled with it a lot. I trained with only men, where I felt like, well, I'm not getting booked here or there because I don't look like those girls. But the guys I'm training with, I'm not as good as the guys, and you kind of just feel like maybe I don't fit in. But if you, especially if they're with you, they stick with it and really don't lose who you are, because that's what brought you to where you are.
Sure.
You know, and then just figure out who can help you in certain little ways, but don't change. Don't change. Just follow you and find a halfway point.
That's great advice.
Cheers. I hope that was good.
And I'll hit you. I'll hit you with one more, because I feel like I've taken way too much of your time.
I got nowhere to be.
Final question. Is there anything about you that people don't know that you would want the world to know about?
You're gonna make me juggle.
Well, no. So I just found out about the juggling because Bayley put his workout posts out and got a lot of attention, and it's juggling. She's juggling, and you're standing up while juggling.
Yeah, that was my first time doing it that way, actually.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Right, yeah, a little Turkish get-up juggling sesh.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's a unique, unorthodox way of training,
right.
for sure.
Yeah.
Is there something about you that you want the world to know that they don't know?
I feel like a loser because I just don't, I don't know, kind of boring.
No.
I like to cook.
Yeah?
I've picked up cooking and grilling. And
what's the favorite dish?
So I make some really good enchiladas. I mean, I think they're good.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, siete tortillas, some ground beef. I do some chicken too. I use vegan cheese because it's creamier.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, it's good.
If you ever want to be humbled with your grilling, because I think I'm kind of like a grill master.
Okay.
All you need to do is watch anything that Baron Corbin puts out. It's another level of like, I hang my head in shame.
Yeah.
Like, I'm barely doing anything right. He's got the gloves on, the bourbon room, the whole setup. Like,
I know.
He's a grill master.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I'm an amateur. I roll it out of my garage and I put foil on the thing and I just sit out there and...
Enchiladas, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. Or scallops.
I like, though, that the answer you don't actually... So people all the time, I'm sure you get this one, what would you be if you weren't a wrestler? And I have no answer. In the 20 years or whatever it's been of somebody asking me that.
That you're going to be a 2-time Royal Rumble winner and have a bus and be
back.
WWE Women's Champion and be sponsored by Wheatley Vodka?
I feel like I didn't know any of those things, but I wanted all those things. You know, like, and when you want something so bad, you're not looking at anything else. Like, I have no true answer for that.
I was going to be a counselor.
Yeah?
Like a school counselor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got to break people's hearts. No. Or were you gonna dusty him and just like, yeah, you can be whatever you want, no matter what?
No, I think it was more like a family counselor. My parents were divorced, so I had to go through a lot of. Yeah. Then I got older, and I was like, it kind of helped me.
Yeah.
You know? And then I said, maybe I'll just go to school for psychology. I'm never gonna make it. Then here I am.
Wow.
That was my backup plan.
It's still, it's still there, you know.
I mean, I could do it if I wanted to, I guess, but I'd rather do this.
I say dusty it because I one time heard him talking to a man who the day before was homeless. That's the best way I can put it. And he was outside my dad's office. The next day, my dad had given him a fake job, but of doing something like clerical work in the office. And they had a conversation, and I was on the other side of the door, and the guy was talking about being an astronaut.
Oh my
And now you're, I'm guessing somewhere between 30 and 40. This guy he's talking to, and obviously like hard times, no doubt. Like the day before, you were without a home, and now, and my dad was just completely like, yeah. I don't know if there's like a local astronaut school, or like, and he's going in, and I thought like, you gotta like at a certain point be like, hey man, I don't know if the astronaut thing's gonna work out. But he was fully in, like, yeah, we'll look into it. They're like going on and on. I was like, oh man, that's just the most positive.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, very sweet.
Yeah.
Very much of the thought, like, I have a hard time whenever somebody's telling me something that they want to do, especially in wrestling. You hear so many people talk about what they want to do and their goals. I tell people all the time, like, I don't want to ruin your dreams. Like, if that's your dream, then yeah, go get it. Go get it. I can't stand in the way.
But I'm not your guy to say that it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't tell you for sure. It's gonna,
That's so true.
Yeah. Bayley, our friends at Wheatley Vodka, there is a little jingle, little slogan here. Okay. I'm gonna have you take a look at this, and then I am going to ask you what you would place instead of neatly.
So good I drink it. This song right here is the red, white, and blue. You got good taste, and you drink like it too. Wheatley, so good I drink it. Wheatley American Vodka.
Wheatley, so good you drink it neatly instead of neatly.
Oh, got it.
Put your own spin on it. Wheatley, so good you drink it.
Sleeping.
Drink it sleeping?
Yeah.
I don't know if that.
No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't have to rhyme, I mean, we want it to roll off the tongue. Wheatley, so good I drink it.
Weekly.
Yeah, there we go. We'll take it. Yeah.
Wheatley, so good I drink it weekly.
Cheers to the weekly drink. Cheers. That was good. Myself and Wheatley, we make the American Dream Team with Wheatley Vodka. Now I have to ask you, especially in the team setting, wrestling and sports entertainment, what would make your American Dream Team?
So I love animals.
Okay.
So my American Dream Team would include my 2 cats.
Okay.
Cairo, Dusty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, named after your dad. I
Cat's
never
named
told
after
you this.
No, you haven't. No.
I have never told you this.
Is Dusty a good cat?
Yes, she's great. It's a girl as well.
Wow, okay.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She cuddles with me all the time. Flex,
Yeah.
cute little pup. And some sort of basketball team, and I'd have to go with the Warriors.
Because
I don't know what we would do.
So your team is made up of 2 cats,
a
dog, and the entire Warriors basketball team?
Yeah. We'd probably travel around and just let people pet. Have you ever seen those therapy animals in the airports?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We could do that. They can meet us and the players.
I think this is a great American Dream
Sounds
team.
good, right?
This is very much.
We'd probably need a bigger bus, but.
You need a couple buses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. I love that. I also will share this with you, even though you didn't ask, but it's just how redneck my parents were growing up. They took me to a doctor that wasn't a doctor. Didn't find that out until later in life.
Cool.
Like hippie medicine.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically because my parents were like big hippies and dusty with all the random jewelry and stuff. But the first person who would visit you when you'd go into the nurse's office was a giant standard poodle.
Oh, see, you gotta trust them when they have a dog.
So when I started going to real doctors and they didn't have a therapy dog or just a giant standard poodle walking in, I thought this is garbage.
Yeah, you're like, what's this lollipop? I want a dog.
Yeah, I don't want. Oh, there's a shot involved.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that.
Hippie medicine.
Well, anything with animals is the way I want to go. That's how I want to live my life.
That's a great dream
Yeah.
team.
Maybe a barbecue pit.
Unbelievable guest.
Thank
Drink.
you.
Amazing. One more time, the Rose.
The Rose.
How do we make it again?
Sparkling rosé, Aperol, and Wheatley vodka.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
only Wheatley vodka.
Cheers. Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.